Don't you just love having a cluttered and chaotic house? Yeah, I didn't think so. Stay tuned for 5 tips on how to reduce the chaos in your home. Hi, my name is Tammy Bartles, and welcome to my channel, Pursuit Over Perfection, where I encourage women to organize chaos one routine at a time. Today's video is going to be sharing you the top 5 things that I have found to reduce the chaos in my home. They are systems and routines that I have found to be useful, and while my routines may look differently than what yours would look like, I think that it'll give you a great launching pad for where you can start to reduce that chaos in your home. First and foremost, you need to declutter. There needs to be less stuff in your home. I guarantee that we all have excess, and it's something that is just the way we are. We are collectors. That is the way we were created, and we are always bringing more items into our home, and we aren't always the greatest at getting things back out. So start clearing off those counters, clear out some of the toys, empty out your closet, and put away the things that you don't love anymore. It's time to get rid of those, because the more laundry you have in your closet, the less likely you are to do your laundry on a regular basis because, oh, I have more in the closet, I'll just keep wearing it. But then you put off doing laundry because you have this mound of laundry to do, and it's just this never-ending cycle. Decluttering is always the first step. One of my biggest pet peeves is when the kids get out a new cup or a new water bottle every 5 seconds. Am I right? I mean, we have decluttered so many cups purely because they were there in the drawer, available for them. And so if they couldn't decide or figure out which one was theirs to begin with, they just get a new one. And by the end of the day, there was how many cups? And I only have 3 kids. So we got rid of a lot, and now there's less for them to have. We've made it very much a point for them to know that they have 1 cup for the day whenever it's during the summer. So they start out with 1 in the morning and they move through the day filling it up with water. I promise that once you start to remove that visual clutter, the emotional and the mental weight is relieved off of your shoulders, and it is an amazing process to see. Okay, I've already started to touch on this, but the second area that I focus on is a laundry routine. So we do laundry once a week. I don't want to be thinking about doing it daily. I know that some people are very adamant about do 1 load of laundry every single day, but I like to get it all done and knock it all out. And if you really think about it, folding 4 or 5 loads of laundry is really doable. And so I do laundry 1 day of the week, and it's just something that has worked for my family, and I'm sure that I will be making different changes throughout the years, but I have found that me doing this has really alleviated. The kids know that they have that outfit for the week, and then their closet starts to get pretty empty by the end of the week. But that's okay, because we do laundry and it fills all right back up. Oftentimes, the tasks that we think are these huge mountains of things that we need to do, we think they're going to take so much longer than they actually do. I know that people always are like, oh, I have this pile of clothes on my couch and I need to fold it. Have you ever timed yourself to see how long it actually takes you? I folded 5 loads of laundry one time, and I did it in under 40 minutes. I mean, it's kind of in a game that you want to see how fast you can do it, but that also makes it more fun, so then you're not bored with doing it. Another thing that I started doing as part of my laundry routine is I used to sort all of the laundry, do the lights, do the darks, do the towels, do all of the things separate. Probably gonna make some of you cringe right now, because honestly, what I do now is I take my son's laundry basket and dump the entire thing into the washer. It is a huge time saver though. When I started realizing how much time it was taking me to sort everyone's laundry, and then after the laundry was done, it was taking me to sort whose was whose and put them into separate piles, I can fold the laundry so much faster now, because I know that everything that came out of that load is my son's. Everything that's out of that load is my husband and I's and goes to our closet. P.S. Color catchers, they're a beautiful thing. The third tip I have for reducing the chaos in your home is to have a cleaning routine. Now, after you have decluttered, and even if you haven't decluttered yet, you need to have that cleaning routine. Now, I have said before in some of my videos that honestly, my cleaning was not the greatest years ago, because I was spending so much time tidying that by the time I was ready to be able to clean and, get to the floors and dust all the shelves and do everything, I was exhausted. And it was just because I was dealing with all of the things. And so if I got rid of and had less and had only the things that I truly loved, it made such a difference. When it comes to cleaning, I have done it multiple ways, and now that we're in the summer, we can really crank out the cleaning a little bit faster. So I have a list that I start at the top normally, and we just go down and see what all we can get done. And the great thing is I have helpers now, and it's important to get your kids involved because they need to know what it takes to run a household as well. And it's also all about teamwork and coming together so that you can finish those things, as I mentioned in a previous video about how you can be productive and get the things that are necessary to be done so you have more time for fun. So when you work all together, then you can have more time for fun. We all know that cleaning the bathrooms on a regular basis is much easier than when you have to scrub when it's been a long time. Nobody wants to do that. If you have it on a regular routine, then it makes life simpler and it makes it a lot faster, and you can all work together and just go down the list. When I was doing this alone, it was something that I would call my power hour, and I would just see how much I could get accomplished in 1 hour. Sometimes I'd add an extra half an hour or so, but in all reality, when you're working together with your family, you honestly could probably clean the majority of your home in less than 2 hours, even when you need to help out your kids. Another thing that has really simplified that cleaning routine is the fact that I literally have a list of everything that I clean. So I have for my office, dust the windowsills, dust my desk, dust the shelving, vacuum the floors, dust the baseboard. And for every room, I have a detailed thing for that. It also makes me not have to think as much. The decision fatigue of knowing what have I cleaned and what haven't I cleaned, it's taken care of because it's all right there. Something else for the kids, then they can visually see what do they need to clean in their rooms. Do they need to wipe down their desk? They need to put away all of their hair ties. They need to vacuum the floors and make sure that their dresser is dusted. It's all of the little things like that that building up and having that routine makes it so that you can also include others and be able to work together. If you're interested in seeing my detailed cleaning list, I'm happy to share. Just send me an email, but just know that it is something that would need to be tailored to your own home because mine is very detailed to the specific rooms in my home. Fourth thing I want to mention about reducing the chaos in my home is meal planning. Okay, it's summertime. Can we just talk about snacks for a second? I mean, literally all the kids want to do is eat all day long. I don't know how they survived during school. It's just that they want to snack every 5 minutes. So having a plan and having some routine and letting them kind of know when is snack time going to be so that they're not getting things constantly and eating you out of the house. Okay, so I'm not going to lie. During the summer, it's really hard that I already don't love to cook. And then in the summer, we're playing outside or we're off doing activities. Who wants to come in and take time out of their midday or in the evening to actually get dinner on the table before the kids have meltdowns and need to head to bed? Something I have truly found to be helpful is to have that meal plan. Again, it comes back to the decision fatigue. And if I don't have to think about it, but once a week or once every other week when I am doing the meal plan, it just really takes off the stress. You can know on the calendar what you're making for that night. You kind of have already known what your plans are for that day. And then you also are able to tweak it if you need to, but you already have the meals all for that week. And so it's just something that makes things a little simpler, and you can prep ahead with the crock pot meal if you're making that to not make your kitchen all warm, or if you're grilling out, or if you're doing like a sandwich or a snack night for dinner. One thing that I have found really helpful is to have basically themes for the evenings and for dinners. Lunches are a little bit different because we don't ever do huge lunches, but for the meals at dinner time, we kind of have our probably top 10 meals that we love to have, and it's really that I'm just tweaking each of them. For instance, you can plan to have, say, pasta on Monday nights, and it's something that we do, but it's not that we're having spaghetti every single Monday. We can have spaghetti with red sauce, or we could have chicken fettuccine alfredo. We could have even penne noodles, which changes it up. Some days we'll have green beans, or some days we'll have salads. And it's all about just changing up the little things that are along with the main dish. The same thing with Tuesdays. We typically do that as Mexican night. And we have so many different options with that, whether we do turkey tacos, chicken tacos, hard tacos, tacos, soft tacos, taquitos, nachos. It's just changing up basically the carb, I guess you could say, that's being added with the meat and all of the sides. So think about when you are wanting to set up a meal plan is ask your kids what their favorite meals are. Get them involved because nobody loves to just deal with dinner time and the kids whining about not enjoying dinner. Now, do I give my kids something that they love every single night? Absolutely not. My kids have to eat what I make, and that is just the end of it. They will eat when they're hungry. The main thing is to reduce that decision fatigue, as I've mentioned. It's all about having options and having them ready to go, and it also makes for a much easier grocery shopping because you know all of the ingredients and you know what you're doing. Now, I am not one that loves to venture out and try new things, but if there is something and our kids do love it, then we can add that into the rotation of meals and it will become more consistent and I'll get to learn that one much more. For me personally, in this season that we're in right now, we're not trying tons of different meals. We're tweaking things, but it's something where to have less decision fatigue and know exactly what we're having and prepping for the week when it comes to grocery shopping and meal planning and everything, that is what is more beneficial to our family in our lifetime right now. The last thing that I wanted to mention in my tips to reduce chaos in your home is the importance of having some quiet time. I know that so many times we're all talking about as moms and as women that we need to have some time to refill our cup and to just really know that the quiet time set aside for ourselves. But it's not just about us. Our kids need to refill themselves and to regroup and kind of recenter themselves as well. It's important for them to have some quiet time. It's important, as I've mentioned in previous videos, about how it's okay for your kids to get bored. It's important for the kids to be able to recenter, calm down, have some brain breaks, and really just enjoy the calm that they can have. We never can go a million miles an hour, and that's where the meltdowns and the temper tantrums are gonna come into play. If we can preface that with having some designated quiet time, whether that means that your kids are still taking naps or if they're just having some quiet, drawing or reading time in their room. And this is something that's good because then it gives them some acknowledgement in knowing that you need some quiet time, they need some quiet time, and then we can all come together again when it's over. I hope these have been helpful for 5 tips to have a less chaotic home. Is my home still chaotic? Absolutely. If you have 3 kids, I'm sorry to say that it's gonna have some chaos in it. But with these routines and simplifying our life, it has truly decreased the chaos significantly. I am a firm believer that having routines in place are going to help you live the life you were meant to live. And God is looking forward to you just living out your life and Him coming alongside of you and giving you everything that you've dreamt of. Every family is going to be different, and every family's routines are also going to look different. And there is nothing wrong with that. That is actually fantastic because we were not meant to be robots and to all of us be exactly the same. We work together for what works for your family and your lifestyle, and that is what's important in building those routines so that you can live the life you were meant to. I would love to know which tip you are already implementing and or which one are you hoping to get started with. Do you need any help? Send me an email. I would love to help you with some next steps to take. Accountability partners and setting up routines are truly important. If you would like a habit tracker that you can help get that started, you can always find that over at pursuitoverperfection.com. Also, sign up for my email list so that you can know when there's new things coming and stay updated for organizing chaos one routine at a time. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I would love for you to like and subscribe to my channel, share this with your friends, and I hope you have a blessed day. No. Ooh.